the day the Lord has made.
Let's rejoice and be glad in it.
Welcome to all of you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. We gather to worship, thanksgiving, praise for all that God has done for us. This moment in time, let us be in silent prayer as we center ourselves for worship.
by you. In Jesus' loving name, amen. 4. We declare to you what was from the beginning, what we have heard, what we have seen, and our eyes what we have looked at and touched with our hands, concerning the word of life. This life was revealed, and we have seen it and testified to it, and declare to you eternal life that was with us, the Father, and was revealed to us. We declare to you what we have seen and heard, so that you also may have fellowship with us. And truly, our fellowship is with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ. We are writing these things so that our joy may be complete. That's our reading for the day.
Thanks be to God.
Give thanks to the Lord, for the Lord is good, for God's mercy endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord proclaim that God redeemed them from the hands of the foe, gathering them in from the lands, from the east and from the west, from the north and from the south. Some went down to the sea in ships, plying their trade in deep waters. They beheld the works of the Lord, God's wonderful works in the deep. Then God spoke, and the stormy wind arose, which tossed high the waves of the sea. They mounted up to the heavens and descended to the depths. Their souls melted away in their peril. They staggered and reeled like drunkards, and all their skill was of no avail. Then in their trouble they cried to the Lord, and you delivered them from their distress. You still the storm to a whisper, and silenced the waves of the sea. Then were they glad when it grew calm, when you guided them to the harbor they desired. Let them give thanks to you, Lord, for your steadfast love, and your wonderful works for all people. Let them exalt you in the assembly of the people, in the council of the elders, let them sing hallelujah.
Our gospel for today from the book of John, the first chapter. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen His glory, the glory as of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. From His fullness we've all received grace upon grace. The law indeed was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. It is God and the only Son, who is close to the Father's heart, who has made Him known. This is the gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Christ.
You may be seated. So we begin a new series of sermons, this one on 1 John. Look around in your pews, you'll find a pew Bible, and if you look in your bulletin, you'll see the page numbers for the Gospel and for 1 John. 1 John can be found in page 1065. 1065. 1 John is a snippets of 1 John here and there. Hopefully as we go through it, and as I talk about it for the next 4 Sundays, that I will also be aware of its context and be able, as I talk about the different texts and things, that will bring out the entire message of 1 John. I urge you to read it as we consider it for the next 4 Sundays, and that you become familiar with 1 John. Some things that you will see right off the bat is that it bears a certain affinity for the Gospel of John. And it tells us some things. It might have been that it came from the same author or the same kind of group of people who are trying to understand the implications of the gospel in the same area, lived in the same area. 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John all come from the same, seem to come from the same group of people, if not one author. Also, if you read 1 John, you will see some phrases that are repeated in the Gospel of John. One of the phrases is a new commandment, and the emphasis on love. You recall in chapters 13, 14, and 15 of the Gospel of John, this commandment to love and the importance of love keeps coming up in that latter part of the Gospel. So, probably helps also to understand 1 John. It also helps maybe that maybe you kind of glance through the Gospel of John again and begin and re-familiarize yourself with those things. Also this morning, the sermon will end in a litany. I have noted the big words litany that I wrote in pencil at the end of my sermon, so as not to forget. I did forget to tell Karen that there will be a litany after the sermon, so that's why it didn't show up in your bulletin, but I believe we had on the slides, so we are good to go. The only X factor in the whole thing is whether I remember. So we'll see. Okay. Lily May, I am a bit confused, aren't I? Okay. Now, 1 John. You know, in the best of times, it's easy to be a believer in progress. Things are getting better. Humanity has figured out ways to get along with each other, to learn how to share the world with each other, to learn how to live next to each other. Things couldn't be getting any better. You're hearing a lot these days. Unemployment is at historic lows. Having a hard time finding people to work at our child development center because there's just not the number of people looking for jobs anymore. And the stock market's going through the roof. Things must be good. Or sometimes we continue to encounter the same drumbeat of bad news. The war continues in Syria, kind of a long way from us, doesn't touch us, does it? Except when we hear of the number of civilians that are getting killed, people, young people and children being maimed. Terrorist bombings continue around the world, particularly in Iraq. We thought we had that place squared away until we didn't. Or it might even be another mass shooting in our own country. Got pictures of young children being ripped away from the arms of their parents. And you just have to take a jaunt in your car in the streets of Austin to see homeless are still gathered at the intersections of highways and byways. Children still going to bed hungry, not necessarily in Africa, but in our own country. Now, oftentimes if the bad doesn't touch me, well, I guess I'm doing okay then, right? Who cares about the rest? Getting mine. Yet, I remember folks used to think that terrorism was only something that happened in another country. That is, until those iconic symbols of American know-how and progress fell to the ground in New York City. In the midst of getting caught up in the bad, if it indeed reaches out and touches not someone else but me, or if the harm that comes reaches out and touches not somebody else but me, then the reaction is often striking out in hate, or maybe stick one's heads in the ground. It's not so bad, is it? Or lean on the one who in the midst of fear and dismay can indeed reach out and touch. For the folks who were the second and third generation of the church, way back in the days of the guy who wrote 1 John, all notions of progress had fallen by the wayside. The kingdom had not come. Those who had heard and touched and seen the Savior were going, if not already, all gone. The connection with the Jewish community, out of which the Christian church sprang, had been severed, meaning that the protection that came from close association with a recognized faith by the Romans had also fallen by the wayside, to be replaced by suspicion and on and off persecution. There's a danger the community would turn inward, ignoring all that goes on around them, and maybe their goal was only simply to survive. That wasn't what Jesus was looking for, was it? Yet the hard-pressed believer needed some assurance that what they believed was still real. Underline, real. But the writer of 1 John points them to not some otherworldly pie in the sky by and by, but to very earthly reminders of their Lord's presence, not up in heaven, but in their midst. We declare to you, says the writer, we declare to you what we have heard, what we have looked at, what we have touched with our hands, not in some otherworldly place, right here, right now. Jesus was not some ethereal ghost without substance. The Savior walked, talked, breathed, and lived, and died, and rose again amongst a community of real flesh and blood people, and this same Jesus is present with his people in ways, hear this, in ways they can see and hear and touch and feel. And in the case of Holy Communion, indeed, taste. For John, this Jesus that can be seen and touched and heard in the midst of community takes the discouragement, the pain, the hurt, the loneliness that often comes from one's encounter with the flesh and blood world, and turns it to joy. We are writing these things that our joy may be complete. You see a community turned in on itself either out of fear and trembling or out of some kind of self-satisfaction that we're doing okay. It's not a community that will be any good for Jesus. The touching, hearing, seeing, and tasting that is done today brings joy in the midst of fear and mission focus in the midst of self-satisfaction. Jesus' joy is complete in that once his people, you and me, see, hear, and taste him, they go out re-energized and take on the world with the love of Christ. No sticking one's hand in the sand, no self-satisfaction, no, just knowing that the love and the joy cannot be contained, rather it must be shared with those outside the walls of this church or any church. News is bad, news is good. Our life is good. We've had a run of bad luck. We gather here on Sunday to see, hear, touch, and taste our Lord. When we leave, our joy is complete. No longer fearful, no longer angry or hateful. You're ready to go in peace. Serve the Lord. Amen. Please stand for our litany and our next hymn. There are no photographs of Jesus. There is nothing written in his handwriting. So, more than 2,000 years later, why do people feel close to Jesus?
Why do people know the answer to what would Jesus do, even if they aren't doing it themselves?
Why are his words quoted so often and his miracles recounted still today?
He was more than a man of course. Jesus was God come to earth.
How is it that people can and do experience his presence in 2018?
It is exactly because we don't know what Jesus looked like or sounded like.
That we can see and hear him everywhere.
Jesus is the firefighter rescuing people from a burning building.
Jesus is also the homeless woman living on a park bench.
Jesus' face is the face of a child in Syria.
Jesus' hands are the hands serving in the soup kitchen.
Jesus sounds like the elderly gentleman perfecting.
Jesus is present in the bubbling excitement of young love.
In fact, there are many places where Jesus can't be found.
We just need to look and listen with the eyes and the ears of love.
When we do, we may discover,
That Jesus also looks and sounds just like us.
as he do God's important work in a world that feels these things.
Let us sing our next hymn. lives to the love of God in Jesus Christ. For God's grace is sufficient to support us in all we do. And may we know the bounty of that grace beyond all our wildest expectations. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us sing our